Planning, yeah, definitely. That's what we're doing now. We're discussing what we can do to improve our life. Yeah, definitely. Some planning about life rather than just going like a machine, just a set flow. Just sometimes reflect, think, and what's going right, what adjustment we need to make. We need to have that kind of a thought reflections, and then we can plan. Yeah. Having a purpose. Yeah, good. So having a purpose and plan around to go in the right direction. Yeah, for sure. Anything like that? Family, yeah. Good. Family and friends, right? Yeah. Good. So we got good. Maybe you may have more, but to start with, right, we need physical health. Right? We need good diet. We need some purpose. We need community. We need family and friends to follow the community. Right? We need all this to have good life. And as in our life, life is never straight line. Life has its ups, its downs, right? It's constantly oscillating, right? Because we are dealing with our mind. The mind is changing, the environment is changing. Even if environment is the same, the mind can change. So we are living through a flux, right? And in that, we are hoping to have a wholesome life. And that's what we are trying to do many times by adjusting the externals, adjusting the internals both. So in here, for health, yes, we need diet. Some of you did some yoga, right? How was the yoga? Good today? What was the most difficult posture? What's the difficult posture?
We did very hard. I'm not sure if it's many up neck muscles.
Yes.
So, is there a specific
Headstand? Oh, you did headstand. That.
I only did.
Oh, headstand, yeah. Headstand is considered, on a higher level. It's not a very beginning stuff. So if you don't do it, so it's okay. But don't break ourselves. That's very important. You have an experienced teacher, so it should be alright. So yes. So yes, we need help together. Then we also need a community around us, right? So this actually draws to the principle of Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga is a yoga which is practiced within communities. It is actually together. It is bringing people together. Just like in our yoga, we were together. Now we are together. We will have meditation, we will have chanting, maybe some dancing, but all these times we are together. And when we eat together, and you see, so the community aspect is very important in Bhakti Yoga. And there are other yogas. If one goes deeper into other yoga systems such as even Ashtanga Yoga or Hatha Yoga, if you go deeper, then it is very individualistic. So you have your practices, you go to the forest or the caves, the mountains or river banks, and you have your individual life and you practice. And those who are serious, they don't come out to the external world so much. They try to survive there. That's it. However, different is Bhakti Yoga, because Bhakti Yoga is about community. Bhakti Yoga is about togetherness. The reason is it is practiced together because in this we make connection. So Bhakti Yoga is the loving connection. So in all different dimensions, we are connecting to each other, we are connecting to the Supreme. So there's a whole connection, it's a whole network. So this is the basis of Bhakti Yoga. And that's why we have our activities together. So that will help us. We can make friendship, right? So when we are in Bhakti Yoga community, so we have student club, maybe we are together for a semester, maybe 1 year, but ideally we go more than a semester or 2 semesters. It's a journey. It's a journey of friendship among like-minded people. Right? So this is one of the aspects of Bhakti Yoga. It is associating with like-minded people who are for inner development. To start with our physical development, physical health, external, and then we also go deeper. Why? Because externally everything can be good, but mind can give a hard time. Have you experienced that sometimes? Externally everything is looking good. Health is good, people around are good, but inside something is boiling. Sometimes happens. Why? Because our existence is not just about our physical health, it's also our inner health. Many times I assume if we have, say if you cut your finger, blood is flowing, what do you do? Bandage. First aid, right? We do some first aid. However, if you are going through something internally, do we have a first aid package? Probably not. We don't know anything about it. We may just go through it, but we don't know what to do. It's a problem many times. Internally, we may go through difficulties and we don't know what to do about it. So it's very important to address the internal aspects also, isn't it? Because that can cause problems externally as well, from inside to outside. So both are important. And so when we go inside, we see there is another world altogether. What is inside this body? Not just the physical, but more than that. Apart from this physical body, which I can touch and pinch, what else is there?
People call it different things.
Yeah, one thing you can tell. Okay, there is consciousness. Then what else is there?
Feelings.
Feelings. Who is actually where the feelings are going through? Inside there?
Sorry.
Yes, all is involved. But apart from that, inside the mind, isn't it? Mind, we have different kinds of feelings. So yes, that's right. If you go internally, okay, there is a mind. Apart from the physical layer, there is the emotional, mental layer. And there can be scratches, there can be problems. And if you even go deeper, there is consciousness, right? And one can say there is a spiritual self. So when we talk about our well-being, we have to see holistically, we have to see all different layers. And how can we look after ourselves in all these layers? Do you agree? Otherwise, we find it very difficult to continue. We find it difficult to deal with ourselves. Not just outside, but ourselves. Then everything else outside becomes difficult. When we have problem within, then we see everywhere problem. Just like I have my glasses, it is fully covered by dust. Then it is just here. But I have problem. I can't see anything else. Similarly, when we have problem in the mind or deeper in the consciousness, then we see the whole world in that view. So that's why it's so important to look a little bit deeper in ourselves. And that's where in Bhakti Yoga, one, we have wisdom, knowledge to distinguish where are the problems or where we need to address. That's on one level. And also, we need to see what can we do about it. So our emotional, mental health, or helping our deeper level consciousness, what can we do for that? Physical health is easier. Diet, you can do your
Spend time in nature.
spend time in nature. Anything more? Right, journaling. Anything more? Okay. Right, spending time with friends and family, loved ones. Anything more can you do? Meditate. Yes. Okay, so Mary, anything?
Reflecting on your actions and the day you have. It's kind of I don't know, to see how you go with your progress, with your goals,
Hmm.
and reflecting. So
Yeah.
journaling, but then
Yeah, reflection. Yeah, reflection. Yeah. Good. So this is actually a good start, isn't it? Being in the nature actually helps us to calm down. Journaling helps us to come to goodness, because we are writing down now whatever is going, because mind, 100 things will be going on. When you write it down, it becomes at least clear, at least what we are going through. So these all are right, because this is even the meditation to start with. In principle, to start with, it helps us to initially come to something we call a peaceful state, bit relaxed state. What can we say? We call it goodness, a state of goodness. Meaning we are aware of what's going on. Make sense? We are aware of what's going on, because otherwise mind is taking us in so many different directions and we really don't know what's going on, because this is worrying, that is coming, if that happens, what happened here? So many things can go on, but in goodness, that can be a little bit settled, where we are able to see things to some degree. Right. Now, in here, I want to add the next one. We pointed out meditation. So, meditation has different layers and different levels. So we do some meditation. That's why we can discuss a little bit more on meditation and how that can help. What are the different kinds of meditation that you are familiar with? Transcendental meditation. What do you do? Repeat mantra. Anything else? Mindfulness. Mindfulness meditation.
Walking meditation.
Walking meditation. And kirtan. Yeah. Yes. Anything else? Any other meditation you are familiar with? Breathing. So you guys focus on the breath. Sometimes the breathing meditation, pranayama, it's a kind of meditation. So there are different kinds of meditation. In here, different meditations can take us in different depths. For example, if you're focusing on breath, if you use mindfulness, we are trying to be in the present. Is that right? You're experiencing what's happening in the body, in the breath, or you're doing an activity and just observe. So this is one kind of meditation where we are connecting to the presence, because it's so difficult. The mind can go into the past or the future, and we lose the presence. Happens all the time. So trying us to be in the present, that is one kind of meditation that helps the mind to become a bit peaceful. And then deeper are the meditation where we are working not just on the state of the mind, rather we are in a deeper state, which is on the state of the self. We are on the state of the consciousness, which is the energy of the self. So if we are working on that level, that is considered deeper. The reason being, when we work on that level, then in the deepest level we are working, plus we are getting help in the other layers. For example, in the mind, become much more peaceful. and for the body, more relaxed. So when it comes to Bhakti Yoga connection is actually going to the deepest level. Because it is a yoga of connection, it's a yoga of love. And so we are actually going into the depths, understanding who we really are and connecting to the self and connecting to the whole. So that is in essence Bhakti Yoga. And that's where when we talk about meditation, say for example chanting. So we are doing chanting. We have different kinds of chanting meditation. One is called beaded meditation, japa meditation, with the beads we chant. Where again repeating the mantra, and in that process of repeating the mantra is not ordinary sound vibration, rather it is spiritual sound vibration, where we are connecting to the spiritual sound vibration. That is connecting to the deepest level, and in turn we get peace in the mind, and more than peace, we get happiness, bliss. So it takes some practice, but that's how it works. So this mantra meditation can do together, just like kirtan where we chant, we can dance at on one level, or on an individual level, we can chant ourselves, just chant and hear. So when we hear, the focusing the mind, that naturally takes place because we are bringing the mind to the mantra. And also, since we are going in a deeper state, naturally we become happy. So it's not just like chanting any other words. You know, we can chant our names, for example, or we can make up our own mantra. But after some time, we go crazy. What am I doing? But the speciality of this kind of mantras, which are recommended in the yoga text, is that it gets better. We've been doing this for many years actually, but it gets better. So this is the nature of something which is spiritual. Something which is material deteriorates after some time. The same thing. Oh, it's just boring, you know, again and again. Have you experienced anything? We have anything after some time we get after it's enough. We get bored with that. It doesn't get better, right? Everything deteriorates in the world. Anything. It's a building, the body, tree, whatever you see, everything. After some time it starts deteriorating. However, something which is spiritual is not of that nature. Rather, it gets better. And for that, we need experience. We have to try that. And it is based on experiential learning. So here, our experiments are running inside ourselves, and we need to experience, and that really helps. So that's where we are coming up with this, the mantra meditation, and today we'll try a little bit of chanting on the beat also. We'll try some beat chanting because that in itself will give us an experience. You know, what is it like chanting just this mantra without music, and after that with music. Because with music it's much easier because there's tune, there's music, we can clap, we can dance, we can move. That's definitely better. But at the same time, to experience the mantra, we can try just chanting how it is. So I'll show you how to do it. So we have some beats and we will just try to chant for a few minutes just to see how it is. It's an experience in itself. Have you ever done chanting on beats? No? Yeah. Have you done? It was an interesting experience chanting beats. In different traditions of the world use these techniques. Give me some mantra cards. generally how we do in this technique is we just chant on one beat, one full mantra, and then we move on to the next beat. And then so anyway, traditionally we cover the whole beats, but we may not go that far. We'll try for maybe 3 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes, and then we'll get back to our music. Alright? Okay. So you can repeat after me. One time I will chant. You all know, are you familiar with this mantra? Have you done it before? No. Okay. We'll just, it has 3 names. Hare,
Hare
Hare, Krishna,
Krishna
Rama.
Rama.
So that it's over and over 3 words, so it is not too complicated. So what we'll do, we will chant together. We'll slowly chant, but we'll chant together. It's easier. Ready? Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, we can definitely keep chanting. So that is actually the practice, because in this practice we focus on this mantra so that we know how our mind working is also, right? Because mind tend to go everywhere else. When you try to focus, mind wants to go somewhere else. So it's a good practice when you chant. It is almost like the mind. Mind has no beginning and it just keeps rolling. Similarly, the mantra, when you keep chanting and it is smooth, it's just flowing, then after some time you get out of the mental platform. The mind is, you'll get out of the mind. So for example, if there is stress, anxiety, so many things are going on in the mind. When you keep chanting, after some time you realize, oh, what happened to me? I'm not no more worried about other things. So this is the effect of chanting. So it can look simple or it's just repetition, but it has a power, and that's why the ancient Bhakti yogis, they used to do that all the time. So for us, when we have time, we can take it as a practice. We can add to our routine, spending a few minutes, maybe 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever, want to chant and see how it is working. So those who want the beads, one can, you can collect from us. If you want, you can collect. It is just for a donation. One can chip in anything, and one can pick a bead and you can try it yourself. And any reflection, anything, any experience, anything on chanting, what you did or anything else? How did you feel? Because for some it can be a strange experience for the first time, getting around the words and everything can be difficult. But after some time, it's very natural. Just back of the mind, it's running like that. Any thoughts, any reflections, any questions?
It's better than in a group
Yeah?
than in only myself. When it's more people, it's more. It's better.
Yeah, it's better, yes, right. That's why even chanting like this, we do it together, it's much easier. But when you do home, you can try as well. In the morning or sometime, just try, okay, let me forget about everything else in my life. Now I have a lot of things to do, but for 5 minutes, let me pack up everything and let me just focus on this. That's how actually it works. You got the point. So it becomes much easier. Okay. I don't want to, this is the time I don't want to answer my phone. Okay, let the phone be somewhere. As I was chanting, I could see that some phone call is coming, but I didn't look. So it's better if you keep the phone somewhere, and I didn't do that. So ringing my finger, something's happening here. So it is a good time to be oneself, rather than being distracted by so many other things. Because there's so much time, we are so busy and bombarded with so many things in our life. So this is the time away from everything and just focus on chanting like that. And if one needs a mantra card, that is also welcome to take, because if you want to chant, then you need to know the mantra. So that helps as well. Anything else? Any thoughts, any questions, any reflections? Okay, if not, we have our next session. Now we will do the same mantra probably with music. So that is a different experience altogether. Okay. Thank you very much.